Well, happy Holy Week. It's Auntie Ray, and this is for those of you out there who may be a little bit like me. You love God, but you kind of got some issues with the how the church presents religion. You have how should I say it? You don't go to church. Yeah, you don't go to church, but you love God. And you even read the Bible. You even believe in the Bible, but there's some things about the church that kind of make you pause. Yeah. So Holy Week is like, the pinnacle of Christianity. Let's just say that. It's like the Super Bowl. Resurrection Sunday is the Super Bowl of Christianity. Now, for some of us, we may go to church just because it's kind of been ingrained to us. We will go to church on Easter, right? For Resurrection Sunday, we go even if we don't go all year because it just feels right, right? And then there's some of us like we're not going because it's like, nothing about being in the church kind of feels right. Now, a lot of us, it's because of the judgment that we feel like we get at the church or just through Christianity, period. And I just want, it's just really interesting to me because now I'm talking to my people because I don't go to church on a regular basis like that anymore either. Mine is a little different, and I'll share that maybe in this one, or maybe it'll have to be in another one. But I was just thinking about Jesus, just like this Holy Week, because Holy Week starts on Palm Sunday when he triumphantly went through the town. Everybody was waving palms, saying, Hosanna, Hosanna to the King in the highest. They were just praising Jesus. They were all about, yes, we love you. Yes, you're awesome. But then come Thursday, those same people were crying, give us Barabbas, crucify him, give us Barabbas. And so for me, I feel like this week is like really a good week for the people who are not, faithful churchgoers, who have maybe given up on the church, who now you don't call yourself religion, you only call yourself spiritual. I think this is a really good week for people like us. I'm going to link myself in there too with y'all, even though I still say I'm a Christian. But this is really a good week because in this, why, maybe I'm just speaking for me, but in this, one of the reasons why we kind of like side-eye religion and church is because how they did Jesus, right? It's like, it was the church people that had him crucified. The Romans were like, we gonna go crucify him. They were asked, say, hey, y'all need to take care of this guy, right? And then, so wouldn't it be like, why would people be, talk trash about people who question religion when the person who Christianity even started with, because Jesus wasn't a Christian, but the person who kind of Christianity began was treated like that. So it would make us pause. And then Jesus' whole message was about love. And people always talk about how he said, I did not come to condemn it, come to do away with the law, but to fulfill the law. So, and they kind of use that to make it seem like, but we still got to, follow the laws. But fulfilling the law means that we no longer have to fulfill it because it's already been fulfilled. I am not a Bible scholar. I am a well-educated woman, and I have read the Bible. I have listened to a lot of stuff, but some things still make me say, it make me side-eye, some things. So if you don't, I'm just here to say there is no judgment from me. And I would love to have some dialogue with people who feel like me. I don't need the dialogue from the people, you devout Christians who believe everything, who believe the Bible word for word, who don't have any problems with how religion was given to Black folk. I don't want to talk to you people. You're not my people. I love you. I love you. But you're not my people. You're not the people I want to talk to. I actually want to have some dialogue with people who have been like, I'm not with church, who have had people like, my nephew have been called like a heathen and all this just because he got questions about religion. Like, do you know that Jesus asked questions? That's all Jesus did. When people asked him a question, he followed up with a question. A lot of times he followed it up with a question. So I think having questions is a good thing, right? And even like when people say you shouldn't question God. Well, didn't Jesus during the Holy Week question God? Because he was like, oh, while he was on that cross, he said, God, why hast thou forsaken me? That is a question. Even when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane before he was going to be crucified, he was like, why? Like what? Like, you know what I mean? So questioning God, I think that's a good thing. Questioning religion, I think it's a good thing. I think it's healthy. I think because we should question why we think what we think. One of the things that I am so adamant about is getting people to think about why they think something. Because a lot of things that we hold true to, it does not serve us. It makes us feel horrible. It makes us feel less than. It makes us feel unworthy. It makes us feel like sinners. So, I just want this Holy Week to be about something different for the people who are kind of like me. You know, I love God and I love Jesus. I believe that the stories of Jesus is true. Don't believe he was white with blue eyes. Don't believe that. But again, I wasn't there. But I do know when I went to Italy and I learned how that painting of Jesus came is because the people who commissioned the painting said to make Jesus look like them. So it still didn't tell me how he actually looked, but it told me why he looked like he looked in that picture. So I'm just saying. But see, those are the questions, right? It's okay to have those questions, and you can find answers. I didn't find out that answer in the United States. I found that answer when I went to Italy and learned more about that. So yeah, I would love to have some dialogue with people who think like me. And and I am going to share, I think I've shared my story a little bit, but I will share my story a little bit more about why I just can't get with this whole judgmental God and judgment. I can't get with that because Jesus is whole. If we talk about a lot of people who are business owners, I'm a business owner, and we marketing is huge, right? And having a personal brand. Jesus' personal brand was love. But can we really tell that in all the churches across America or across the world? Do we feel love? They call themselves Christian churches. And if Jesus's brand was about love, it seems like love would be the brand of those churches, right? Not anything but love. And I don't necessarily feel the love in all the churches, especially the ones across America. I haven't been to all the churches, but love, that should be their brand, right? Because that's what was Jesus's brand. Jesus, if you did a brand, if you are somebody out there that's a marketing thing, if you do brands, Jesus had the best brand out there. His brand is still going, right? Way after he's gone, his brand is still going. So yeah, I really would love to have some conversation. I'm trying to find my people. Put in the comments. Let me know what groups I need to join on Facebook. What videos do I need to watch more on YouTube? People that's like me, and I'm gonna have more dialogue about this because one of the things like I love, being able to give advice. But one of the things I have found that a lot of advice that people need, it stems from their religious thoughts, their religious beliefs, or those that were forced on them as children. And things that made people feel unworthy, unloved. And a lot of the issues, the reason why people don't go out and do more, or, be more or have more, is because they're like stuck in this whole, well, I can't because I'm really not that good. I'm a sinner, and I'm just like, I can't do much. And if God don't do it, I can't do it. And I'm here to say, I believe in God and I believe in the power of God, but I believe that it's inside of us. You know what I'm saying? It's we have to use the power of God to actually do it. We have to do it. We can't pray and ask and wait for God to be a genie. And that, I don't think it works like that. I'm not saying it can't work like that, but like when people say, oh, I got this unexpected check in the mail, a lot of times it was from something that God put in your spirit to fill out. They said, oh, this is such and such, and God put in your spirit, fill that out. And then years later or months later, you get this check from something that Spirit of God told you to do before, right? So I don't know. If this is, I don't know who this is for actually. And this may have just been for me, but I know that a lot of the stuff that I see, the things I want to comment, that I want to give advice on, it really all stems from our beliefs and some of those deep-seated beliefs that we have from religion. So this Holy Week, I really want to come on and I just want to like talk about stuff. So I need you to let me know what kind of things like about religion that like confounds you. What is it like, even if you like, because people that say they don't believe in God, but like you have to know that there is some type of higher power. It may not be the God that people talk about, sit high, look low, and dole out all. But I believe in the everywhere equally presence of God, that the God is in us, moving through us. Because God is everywhere equally present, even those animals, like when animals, you're like, how did the animal know? Because I even believe that God is working through animals God will use anything to bless you. Just this week, we were saying how they needed to wash down the parking lot because it was so much pollen. And don't you know, 2 days later it started raining and washed all that stuff away. And I'm like, some people like, well, it was gonna already be raining and this, but I'm just like, I just felt like God, the ever presence, just felt my discomfort with that and how I was breathing crazy because of the pollen. And it's like, let me do this for my child. And it happened, I believe in stuff like that. But some people are like, well, that's nature. Well, that's God, it's all God. It's not the same type of God that punishes us and all that stuff. I just think that there's universal laws and consequences of those laws. If I throw my pen up, gravity law says it's gonna fall back down. That's why I don't like when people be shooting the bullets up at New Year's Day, because gravity says it's gonna come back down. Okay. Anyway, I am gonna come back this week, and if somebody puts some stuff in there, I'm going to talk about it. So please, please, please comment. Let's talk this Holy Week. Let's talk about it. Because, we can even talk about how, we celebrate the crucifixion. And that was just a murder. Why we call it crucifixion? Let's call it what it is. It's the murder of Jesus. Let's stop glorifying it. Like, Jesus was murdered. Okay? Jesus was murdered. Mm-hmm. So maybe we should all be wearing black armband, something to commemorate the murder of Jesus. You know what I'm saying? But all right, y'all. Please comment. Let me know what you think. Let's talk about it this week. It's Holy Week. Let's talk about what we feel about religion. Let's talk about how they, murdered Jesus. Let's talk about why they murdered Jesus. Let's talk about what we need to learn, what we need to be doing, how we should be moving from here on. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, join me. Put some comments in there, and I will talk about it this week during Holy Week. Y'all have a great Monday.